In this video, we are going to talk about top 10 tourist attractions in London, England. So before starting this video, please like this video and subscribe to this channel for our future updates. In a city as massive, 602 square miles, 1.560 square kilometers, and as old as London, there are enough cultural attractions to fill a lifetime. Some London attractions, however, should be at the top of every traveler's list. Here are the 10 sites you need to see in town, with background information and all you need to know. Number 1. London Eye. The London Eye is 135 meters high, making it the world's highest observation wheel. It has 32 capsules and carries 10,000 visitors daily. The London Eye has become UK's most popular paid attraction, visited by over 3.5 million people a year. While traveling safely, you can see up to 40 kilometers from each capsule in all directions. The London Eye must be included in a London trip. The way the capsules are suspended allows a full 360-degree panorama when you're at the top of the wheel. Tickets can be booked online, which is the right thing to do, as it saves time. When you arrive, the queues look long, but move quickly as everyone gets a timed ticket. Don't forget the camera. The London Eye 4D film experience opened in 2009 and is included in the ticket price. Before your trip, it's a fantastic 4D movie. 4D effects are superb, and this short film has London's only 3D aerial footage. You can also take the London Eye River Cruise, a circular river cruise from the London Eye. Nearby is a popular London Harry Potter film location. An alternative way to see high-level London is to head southeast London to Greenwich and try the London Cable Car, Emirates airline connecting the O2 to Royal Docks across the Thames. You won't have views of central London, but it's still an exciting way to see London from above. If you enjoy these views, you might also consider up at O2, Monument, and Cathedral Galleries of St. Paul. Number 2. Tower of London. The London Tower houses the crown jewels, and they're quite spectacular. You can also stand on 3 English Queens execution site. London's Tower has long been home to England's kings and queens. Since 1837, Buckingham Palace was Britain's official London residence. The Tower of London was a prison and there were many famous prisoners, including Sir Walter Raleigh. He was held in the Bloody Tower for 13 years but used his time by writing The History of the World, published 1614, and growing tobacco on Tower Green. London's Tower held middle-class and upper-class prisoners, so no dungeons. Public executions took place on Tower Green, including 2 Henry VIII's wives, Anne Boleyn and Catherine Howard. Also worth seeing is the Tower Bridge exhibition, a short walk away. Tower Bridge's architect, Horace Jones, and engineer, John Wolfe Barry, took 8 years to complete the bridge opening on June 30, 1894. It remained the only river crossing east of London Bridge until Dartford Crossing opened in 1991. Number 3. Buckingham Palace. Buckingham Palace is Queen Elizabeth II's official residence and has been Britain's sovereign's official London residence since 1837. It was once an 18th-century townhouse owned by Buckingham's dukes. In 1761, George III bought Buckingham House for his wife Queen Charlotte to use as a family home near St. James's Palace, where many court functions were held. The state rooms at Buckingham Palace were opened to the public for the annual summer opening in August and September since 1993, after the November 1992 Windsor Castle fire. The summer opening was initially considered a way to pay for the damage at Windsor Castle, but it became so popular that the Queen kept allowing visitors every summer. The Queen isn't open to the public at Buckingham Palace, she goes to one of her country residences. If you're visiting a different time of year, go along to see the guard change. It happens on scheduled days, so check before setting off and arrive early to get a good watching position. Number 4. Trafalgar Square. How can you miss one of the city's most iconic areas? Come and marvel at Nelson's Column and 4 huge statues of lions. Feeding pigeons is now discouraged, due to disease spread, so please don't bring them any treatments. On Trafalgar Square's north side, you can visit the National Gallery, and the National Portrait Gallery is just around the corner on St. Martin's Lane. Both have permanent displays and regular exhibitions. Trafalgar Square was designed and built in the 1820s by John Nash. It's both a tourist attraction and the focus of political demonstrations. Look out for the George Washington statue, the world's smallest police box, and London Nose. You can easily go shopping in Covent Garden, have a meal in Chinatown, walk down Whitehall to Parliament Square and see Parliament Houses and Big Ben, or walk down the Mall to Buckingham Palace. Number 5. Tate Modern. Since 1900, Tate Modern is the National Gallery of International Modern and Contemporary Art. Opposite St. Paul's Cathedral, the gallery opened in 2000 in a converted power station on the south bank of the Thames. You can visit as it is free and the modern art displays change quite frequently. You'll often find huge installations in the ground floor turbine hall. Right outside is the Millennium Bridge, which was wobbly when it first opened. Remember, the Tate Britain is also in London, and you can take the Tate boat between the Tates and the London Eye. Number 6. Museum of London. If you're interested in London's history, this is the place to visit. London's museum documents London's history from prehistoric times to today. It's about Londoners as much as they've made the city what it's today. Learn about London from the days when people would fit on a double-decker bus. Make sure you see the Lord Mayor's coach, built in 1757 and used every year for the Lord Mayor's show. Number 7. British Museum. The British Museum opened in 1753 and has remained free since then. The British Museum houses more than 7 million objects, and it would probably take a week to see everything. The British Museum is full of artifacts from ancient England. No, in days gone by the English were incredible warriors, and the British Museum is full of treasures brought back from distant shores by soldiers. These treasures include Rosetta Stone, an Easter Island statue, and Christ's earliest known image. The collection of Egyptian and Greek antiques is undoubtedly among the world's largest and best known. Part of the collection consists of the controversial Elgin marbles, brought back by Lord Elgin from the Parthenon in Athens while serving as ambassador to Constantinople at the beginning of the 19th century, and subsequently bought by the English government for the museum. Number 8. Natural History Museum. The Natural History Museum is about discovering our natural world and appealing to all age groups. I remember seeing dinosaurs at the age of 5, and seeing them now gives me the same tingling down my spine. The blue whale is outrageous to see how big a life-size model has to be until you walk under it. Don't miss the power with an experience of what an earthquake feels like. Natural History Museum is one of South Kensington's big 3 museums. It's a beautiful Victorian building housing the weird and wonderful natural world, and there's an ice rink on the East Lawn every winter, Natural History Museum Ice Rink. Number 9. Houses of Parliament. Parliament Houses are just a short walk from Trafalgar Square to Parliament Square. The building is amazing from Parliament Square, but it's worth walking over Westminster Bridge and getting the view from South Bank. Note: Big Ben is the name of the clock tower bell, St. Stephen's Tower, which chimes every 15 minutes. UK Parliament is one of the world's oldest representative assemblies. The Parliament Houses site is Westminster Palace, a royal palace, and former king's residence. Edward the Confessor had the original 11th century palace built. The layout of the palace is intricate, with its existing buildings containing almost 1,200 rooms, 100 staircases and 3 kilometers, 2 miles, of passages. Westminster Hall, now used for major public ceremonial events, is among the original historic buildings. Tours in Parliament Houses for overseas visitors are available throughout the year on Saturdays and weekdays during summer recess. Number 10. Victoria and Albert Museum. Locally known as the Natural History Museum and Science Museum in South Kensington, the V&A is a great museum of art and design and holds over 3,000 years of artifacts from many of the world's richest cultures, including the largest collection of British design and art from 1500 to 1900. There's furniture, ceramics, photography, sculpture, etc. Make sure you stop for tea in the cafe, which is located in the V&A's original refreshment rooms, the Morris, Gamble, and Pointer rooms. These 3 rooms formed the first museum restaurant in the world and were intended as a showpiece of modern design, craftsmanship, and manufacturing. What do you think above places? Which one of the above you wish to visit or have visited? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications before you go. Thanks for watching.